Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Really cool in the last episode, the $10 Pinot Grigio took out the other guys. Pretty exciting. Now we're going to move on to another very popular white wine called Sauvignon Blanc, one of the parents of Cabernet Sauvignon. How many of you knew that? So Cabernet Sauvignon is a match between, or cross between Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet Franc. So you get the Cabernet Sauvignon sort of thing. So Sauvignon Blanc, parent of Cab. At one point, Moscato overtook Sauvignon Blanc in sales, which kind of like, really? I think that's kind of shifted now. Less Moscato is being sold, more Sauvignon Blanc is being sold, which is hard to believe because New Zealand is just rocking the Sauvignon Blanc world. We all know that. They just come out. That is my biggest category. One of my bigger categories in the wine department is New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. So no surprise that we're doing 3 Sauvignon Blancs under $20. These are the most popular wines that in my department at King's Market in San Juan Island. And so we're going to review these and see why people keep coming back for more. Josh Sellers actually made it again. They were in the Zinfandel episode. So here we go. No surprise, 2 of these are from New Zealand. Let's get started with the Josh Sellers Sauvignon Blanc, California. This rolls in at $18. So when they say California, they can source it from anywhere in that huge state of California. Give it a little rinse here. Now, this is $18. Normally, I think I kind of have a hot deal at the store with this at $15. There's all this case pricing, all that sort of thing where you can get it a little bit cheaper. But let's hope that people, like I said before, don't just come back because it's cheap. It should be good. Let's see if we can get on color. Fairly light, a little bit of gold tinge to it, maybe hay. Let's see what we get on the nose. Actually, right off the bat, I got a little pineapple, which is kind of cool. Pineapple, apple. Even a little bit of a melon hedging towards cantaloupe. Very interesting nose on this one. Don't get as much grapefruit. Grapefruit is very common, especially when you start looking at New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs. Let's see what we get on the palate. Getting a little bit of that ripe pineapple on the nose. Ripe apple. That pineapple comes through, and then right at the very end on this one, get a little bit of that grapefruit pith, kind of white, a little bit of that white grapefruit pith going on, which is interesting. Actually, the acidity isn't very high on this one. It's okay. It's okay, not great. Very interesting, those melon notes come through as well on the mid palate, hedging towards cantaloupe. Not exactly cantaloupe, but close to cantaloupe with that grapefruit coming through on the finish. And the acidity is okay. It's not great. I like white pepper hit on the backside. No, I get it with this wine. Well made. Not highly acidic, melon, apple, a little bit of grapefruit pith on the backside. It's just nothing wrong with it. It's there. It's good. It's not super boring. It has some complexity to it. I would like to see a little more acidity, but not bad. It is fresh in the mouth. Yeah, I understand why people come back for more, especially at a better price, but even $18 is a pretty solid Sauvignon Blanc for $18. I'm going to go C+, B-, C+, B-, yes, on that one. Somebody made a comment about how long will the Josh Sellers wines hang around. Strong brand. And, even though in my department at King's Market, I try to make it diverse and unique. You know, sometimes you have to have some of these wines that just really show a good quality to price ratio. So yeah, C plus B minus on that. Let's move on. This is the 2023 Dashwood Sauvignon Blanc, New Zealand. This rolls in at $15. And once again, I have a deal at the store. $15 is probably the average price point. I sell it for $13 at the store, just so you know. But a lot of you don't live on San Juan Island, so you don't get a chance to shop in my department. So just in case you go to another store and it's a little bit more, you're prepared for it. Dashwood Sauvignon Blanc. Now, I have been a fan of this one for a long time personally. I won't let that skew my review on this one. So a little bit of a golden kind of hay color to it. Let's see what we get on the palate. So yeah, a little bit of that grapefruit pith, currant bud. Very perfumed on the nose. This leans a little bit in a melon direction as well. A little bit of tutti frutti on the nose, not a lot of grapefruit. Maybe a touch of bubble gum. Let's see what we get on the palate. Now, interesting about this wine, a lot of lime notes on this one. And then it hedges into that kind of grapefruit pith notes. But very mellow, good acidity. And you know, I know grapefruit, for me, a lot of times it turns into pine. I get a little piney characteristic to this one. But what I like about this wine is the lime characteristics underneath. Good complexity, very long finish. The grapefruit and grapefruit pith notes really linger on this one. Yeah, this is a dangerous Sauvignon Blanc. You could drink the whole bottle just like that. Great, again, great shellfish wine for sure. I love that lime kind of grapefruit thing that lingers on the backside. Solid Sauvignon Blanc. I'm going to go B minus B on that one. I think it's a well-made, complex, still lingering in my mouth. I like it a lot. Let's move on. Now, huge brand from New Zealand. This is the 2023 Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, Marlborough, New Zealand. This rolls in at $17. And I'm telling you guys, Oyster Bay has been rocking it for a long time. Actually, all three of these. But Oyster Bay, a lot of people, they say, do you have Oyster Bay? Do you have Oyster Bay? And guess what? These two are in the cooler because they sell so much. All right, let's see what we'll get on Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc. Same color as the Dashwood, kind of that hay, kind of golden color. Let's see what we get on the nose. This has a little bit of the funky funk on the nose, grapefruit. Right, grapefruit, a little bit of bubble gum. Now you're getting the bubble gum because of how new the vintage is. These are 23s, all the way from New Zealand. A little bit of melon coming through. I don't get a huge amount of grapefruit on the nose. Almost a peach component coming through as well, which is really interesting. Let's see what we get on the palate. Now that's interesting. Very interesting. Now the Dashwood had much more personality to it. I just kind of jumped around in the mouth. This one's kind of even keel. There's definitely some grapefruit notes there. Not a huge amount, not as much as I thought there was. It's been that long since I've had Oyster Bay. Definitely kind of a melon, citrus, a little bit of grapefruit coming through. Not sure about this one. It doesn't have the complexity of the Dashwood or the Josh. Kind of just is there. There's definitely kind of a underlying grapefruit notes. Definitely a citrus component coming through. More probably towards a lemon side than lime. I get a little bit of apple as well. Fresh acidity. This is a little bit one-dimensional. I mean, it's okay. There's nothing offensive about this wine at all. It's a quaffer for sure, but it doesn't have a lot going on. It's kind of just there. You know what I mean? There's that kind of grapefruit citrus thing, front to finish. No spikes or valleys or elevation. Right? I mean, it just doesn't do anything on the palate. It does a little bit, but not enough for me personally. So maybe this is so popular because it's just, kind of a easy drinking little Sauvignon Blanc for $17. I get it. You don't have to think a lot about it. Definitely would go with shellfish for sure. It lingers on the finish a little bit, just mostly kind of a little bit of a grapefruit citrus thing going on. I'm going to go straight up C. I think it's an average wine. Nothing wrong with it, but just average. There you have it, guys. Once again, I mean, just Dashwood. I think this is a great bottle of wine. I think Josh surprised me how good it was. I understand why people are buying it. And this one is just, one of those, I know what I'm going to get. Kind of the Wendy's hamburger Sauvignon Blanc of New Zealand. Thanks for taking a little time of your day. I hope you're enjoying these series. I got more coming up of my top 3 selling wines in the under $20 category with each varietal in the store. So I hope you're enjoying these. Make a comment if you want me to keep doing this or not, or if you have a better idea for something, better idea for episodes. I really want to know what you want to see. Thanks for taking a little time of your day. You keep watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.